Citizens speak out. People in countries such as Afghanistan, Chile, Egypt, Greece, Israel, Italy, Jordan, Libya, Norway, Syria, the United Kingdom, and Yemen persist in their demands for greater human dignity, justice, democracy, and governments that work in the best interests of all fellow citizens.
Norway. At least 17 people were killed on Friday as a bomb first exploded in downtown Oslo, shattering windows as it tore open several buildings, including the offices of Prime Minister Jens Stoltenberg. A short time later, a person posing as a policeman who was later arrested began firing on youth at a summer camp hosted by the Prime Minister's Labour Party. Along with the deaths, 90 people were hospitalized in Oslo. Prime Minister Stoltenberg, who was uninjured, spoke out against the act, as he also called upon fellow Norwegians to take care of each other in the wake of the tragedy.
Italy. On Friday, Italian national and local transport unions throughout the country went on a one-day strike to protest the nearly 4 years since their last contract was signed, with workers calling for a renewed agreement that allows salaries to keep up with inflation costs.
Greece. The International Monetary Fund and leaders from Eurozone countries reached an agreement on Thursday to help Greece through her financial crisis by providing a second loan package worth $229 billion. Eurozone leaders are also implementing measures that are hoped to prevent the spread of economic instability to Spain and Italy.
Chile. A demonstration by hundreds of residents in the tsunami-devastated town of Dichato turned violent on Wednesday after the protesters, many of whom had been waiting more than 18 months for promised reconstruction aid, heard remarks made by Concepcion Governor Alejandro Reyes that some of their demands would be met soon, but not others. As police intervened with tear gas and rubber bullets, at least 8 people were injured, with many more arrested, according to the Santiago Times. Meanwhile, Chilean legislators such as Senator Jaime Quintana have called for an investigation into the government's negligence in addition to reports of excessive force and repression by authorities.
Israel. Israeli youth from all sides of the political spectrum united this past week to pitch tent villages in cities reaching up to the Lebanese border as they protested college dormitory and housing prices, with some saying that rents have increased by 50% in the past few years. In response, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is holding emergency meetings with cabinet members to propose reform measures.
Afghanistan. Press TV reported on a demonstration Friday by the people of North Afghanistan to protest the continued presence of U.S.-led North Atlantic Treaty Organization forces and the innocent citizens killed during their military operations, with the most recent losses being a father and 2 sons who died Thursday in a night raid on the eastern city of Saeedabad.
Egypt, in an effort to appease protesters who have stated that they do not want a government with links to the former regime, Prime Minister Issam Sharaf inaugurated a new cabinet on Thursday, July 21st, replacing half of the ministers. He also gave a nationally televised address in which he pledged to implement further reforms, including complete elimination of the corruption and police abuse that had driven the peaceful revolution earlier this year.
Jordan. King Abdullah II spoke out on Thursday against police attacks on media members who were covering a demonstration the previous week, stating that such actions were unjustified. He called for greater journalist protection, as he also acknowledged the valued importance of their role.
United Kingdom. Police investigating the news of the World Phone hacking scandal have expanded their scope to other media as well, as they delve into papers from a private investigator dating back to 2006, which reveal that the investigator had sold illegally obtained information to news outlets such as the Daily Mail and the Daily Mirror. Daily Mail publishers told CNN they have banned reporters from using private investigators and strengthened systems to ensure compliance with the law.
Syria. On Friday, in dedication to the city of Homs, where at least 22 people were killed since Monday in a brutal government crackdown, activists reported from across the nation that hundreds of thousands joined in the call for the end of President Bashar al-Assad's rule, with some 400,000 gathered in the eastern city of Deir ez-Zor alone. However, in the city of Qamishli, police and armed groups supportive of President al-Assad assaulted thousands of the protesters with batons and tear gas, with several who were injured, according to witnesses.
With sadness for all who have perished or endured injuries, we continue to pray for the strife in every country to subside, so that people across the globe may choose to live in lasting freedom, dignity, and peace.